All right, Blood Dads, you guys ready? We are here in Atlanta, Georgia. We just drove an hour and a half from Rome, Georgia, down over here on this rainy day, but that's okay. We're indoors and we're enjoying this puppet museum. So this is called the World of Puppetry. We already went to and discovered what the puppets are about from all over the world, but we're gonna go and see one special puppeteer that you guys might notice. You guys ready? All right, let's take a look. We're going to see that guy. That's right. This is the Jim Henson Collection. Our beloved Jim Henson, the creator of Sesame Street and the Muppets and some other movies and other television specials. This is the man, the myth, the legend, and one of the most beloved artists that I grew up with. So let's see if you recognize this guy. Who's that guy? How about him? And him? And him? Probably that guy. That crazy guy. Him. And especially her. Alright, you guys ready? Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is an awesome collection of, starting from the beginning of what Jim Henson started out with. So I'm just going to go and show you these different spots. Now we're going to get to the creative side of how Jim Henson and the people that worked with him and his family, how the creative side happens. All right, let's check it out. So this is the workshop exhibit. And that's one of the Muppets. Jim Henson puppets. And here's the workshops. So everything starts out with say that 5 times. Conceptualization. What can you put as a concept? So the concept goes to construction. What's the first stages in order to make a puppet? Here's some familiar ones you may have seen from Sesame Street. And then it goes to the mechanics. So after you build it, you have to put the mechanics inside the puppet. And there's Kermit the Frog. And then finally, the refinement process. How do we refine what we just put into the concept the construction and the mechanics of it all. So that's the first part of how Jim Henson came to be, as he conceptualized and made different puppets. The most famous of all is Sesame Street. Blab Dad grew up with Sesame Street, 50 years and counting. Give me the comments down below. What's your favorite Sesame Street character and episode? There is the famous Bert and Ernie. And you know what? I remember this. This is the most telling of the bottle cap episode. I love the bottle cap episode. You may remember these guys too. This is Clementine and Fred the Wonder Horse. And then you can't forget these two lovable characters, Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. And this is the famous neighborhood scene that we would see on the TV. And all of this started in 1969. Roosevelt Franklin is one of the characters. There's Grover and Elma. Cookie! Cookie Buster! There it is, Sesame Street. One of the most famous public television shows ever. 50 years and counting. And there's the famous steps. So in order to have the characters, you got to have a set. So here are the performers, starting out with Jim Henson and all the wonderful people over the years that were behind the scenes you never saw the faces of. That's them. So you got to have the set. In order to have the set, you have something like this. Behind the television camera, as you can see, they have their sets and they're high above. So literally, as you can see how Jim is projecting Kermit, they would hold up their hand and you can see this is raised. So somebody standing behind here would have the puppet. So they would hide behind here, as you can see here, and they would have the puppet. And that's how they would film off of the TV in front of them. It's pretty awesome. Look at the size of this guy. It's hard to see behind the glass here because it's shining off of the light. But this is Splurge. And filming the frame. And as I said before, there you go. They're all standing and the cameras are on risers. So we go from filming Sesame Street, now we're on to the most famous of them all, the Muppets. There's Scooter, and there's some others that I'm not familiar with, but they give descriptions down here. And if you remember the Muppet Show, I used to watch this every week. There's Dr. Julius Strangepork, Captain Link Hogthrob, and there are the various movies we've watched over the years. And there's the famous song, Moving Right Along. Remember the Rainbow Connection? Famous Miss Piggy. And of course, Kermit, there he is. Hi-ho. Hi-ho, everybody. Oh, there's the chef. He's my favorite. Bunsen and Beaker. Oh, I feel like a kid again. This is so cool. You gotta visit this. Awesome collection. Pigs in Space. And it goes on to some other things movie-wise. If you remember this is Fraggle Rock. See if you recognize some of these. There it is, Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock. And something a little bit more dark. The Dark Crystal. And how they created that. There's a Skeksis. You want to see an awesome? Look at this thing. You remember this from the movie? Look at that. That is an actual costume. Wow, this thing is ginormous. Imagine standing next to that thing. Imagine this thing attacking you. Woo, that's scary. And then Jim Henson's Labyrinth. And then the Jim Henson Hour. Created some other shows as well. Very, very true. And then he did one last thing for Crystal. Or actually, the company did. Because the Jim Henson Company created this in 2016. And lastly, Jim Henson's Legacy. Unfortunately, he passed at the young age of 53 in 1990. But with his inspiration, I've watched this with my kids. Sid the Science Kid. And lastly, the stained glass, which is very appropriate with Kermit singing his famous song. All right, everybody. And lastly, let me show you, please watch out for each other. Love and forgive everybody. It's a good life. Enjoy it. We love you, Jim, and thank you for all those years that you've given us this wonderful, creative look through puppets. All right. So again, if you'd like me to see here, Blab Dad, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and share this information so you too can come to the Puppetry Museum here in Atlanta, Georgia, North Atlanta, Georgia, and enjoy the Jim Henson Collection. If you'd like me to see here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we'll see ya. Bye-bye.